Hi folks, and welcome back to some more Grand Tactician Civil War. We've skipped forward to the 6th of March 1862, partly because not very much happened over the winter months at all, and also because I recorded the last episode with no game sound. So sorry about that. I'll give you a quick rundown of what happened. It really wasn't very much, so you haven't missed anything. So you'll be wondering about the developments in Kentucky and Missouri, because that was our major thing. Well, you'll be interested to learn that Major General Earl Van Dorn did indeed take Louisville in Kentucky, which was fantastic. Held it long enough to start building a fort, and then got pushed out when his Union Army came to say hello. I actually retreated across the river into Indiana, where I tried to do some raiding. It's now trapped on the wrong side of the river, and I can't order movements because it's on enemy territory, and their readiness has dropped to 0. That's a quirk of the game. We can't actually retreat through this region because of that. And, well, we're going to see. I think I know what's going to happen. They're going to reappear in a demoralized and unready state back in Tennessee. I think that's what's going to happen because it's pretty much what happened in Missouri. Remember Price and the cavalry was, well, they got all the way to St. Louis. They took St. Louis, which was a fantastic result. And then they got pushed out. And because they had nowhere to retreat, we didn't have any lines of control, they actually reappeared back in northern Arkansas, but in a completely unready state. And although the forces have gathered now, they probably take some serious losses. Oh, that is quite bad. Apart from Marmaduke's cavalry there, which is something at least, these other guys have been quite hammered. So what we're going to do is we're going to send Stan Watty's division on furlough for a week. Well, actually a month. And whilst everything's recovering, hopefully they'll get better. So that was a risky maneuver. I knew it was risky, and it looked like it had paid off, but then it didn't, because the enemy doesn't seem to have any issues with readiness as we do. But that's the difficulty level we play at. Interesting. Okay, there's a whole lot of enemy forces in Kentucky, and our Army of Tennessee, under Hardee, with 35,000 men, is now advanced to Bowling Green. So that's success, but, you know, we've work to do there, and I'd like to try and get up here because it counts as enemy territory. We can't move because of the readiness. It's a constant vicious cycle that we're going around in. However, over here, Bragg's army is getting ready to launch a secondary invasion, which I think will be very useful. Just waiting for the fort to be fixed. Bragg's actually proving to be a slightly more capable commander than I would like him to be. Well, anyway, that's just personal grudges aside. We're building some depots. Oh yes, we pulled Jackson's force out of Washington because its readiness was at 0, and for some reason he wasn't receiving any supplies. He had no ammunition, no provisions, no forage, whilst the Army of the Potomac under Beauregard didn't have those issues. So odd. So we've pulled back, we've built a depot, constructing a fort, and when his readiness improves, we're going to go into action in Maryland. That is the plan. Other than that, not a whole lot happened, so let's jump on in and see what happens today. Oh yes, the French have invaded Mexico, so that's interesting. We can't do much with that information just at the moment, but that was a concern for the Union, as they thought it meant that the French were then going to send military aid to the Confederates over the Texas border, and maybe even an invasion of the US as well. So it was a serious risk. Van Dorn has arrived somewhere. Van Dorn's withdrawn, but where's he withdrawn to? Oh, he got through. Excellent. Okay, this is excellent news. So, he managed to withdraw through the enemy corps at Louisville, which is perfect, and he's managed to get down to central Kentucky. Okay, so, it's left us in a reasonable situation in the center of Kentucky. We just need more forces. Oh, also, what happened? A Union force came down the river and attacked Fort Pillow, and actually took the damn place, which was frustrating, which meant that we had to respond with Major General McCulloch's army. And what is this? These guys aren't supposed to hit 3rd Corps? 18,000 men? Oh, that wasn't supposed to be a thing at all. So we chased off a Union force under Butler that had come down the river, taken Fort Pillow. We took it back, and then we fought a small skirmish with them here and drove them off. However, we had no idea that there was another army corps over there. That's a major problem. Okay, if we go to Johnson here, he's only got 5,000 men. I can't afford to send any troops over there. That's unless I send Polk's artillery. That is the only thing I could do. And that would leave us with no artillery in Nashville. So that's not a great idea. I need more soldiers. I absolutely need more soldiers. Okay, we're just going to have to roll with it. This guy looks like he's going to Memphis. Okay, if he's going to go to Memphis, there's a possibility Van Dorn's withdrawing again. We could just go... What would be the road here? Let's go and take this guy's supplies. If we can get 3rd Corps out of supply, they outnumber us 2-1. That would be a scary fight if we had to actually go through with that. But if we have to, we have to. Did I not get... I didn't get a fort built at Memphis. Damn it. Okay, that's something that we need to consider. And we're still awaiting. We've got 20,000 men ready to invade Missouri. We've got the army here. Oh, okay, we've got any reinforcements there. We've got such a hodgepodge thing. We've got the Missouri State Guard with 1,000 men. Only 1,000 men. We do have some decent cavalry. I think those guys... Yeah, those guys are off on furlough trying to get some recruits. I could send the Missouri State Guard... Do you know what? Let's put them on furlough. Because the problem is I need soldiers here. We don't have anything great that we can recruit. Some men in Louisiana. I could go and recruit some artillery from Delaware. That would be good. We never really get enough manpower from Delaware to form a big brigade. But there's enough to form artillery or a small cavalry brigade. Artillery might be more useful. There's even some support in Connecticut, which is unusual, I guess. Interesting. Okay, do we have anything? I can't put a big infantry brigade in, unfortunately. Oh, there's a Maryland one? Right, okay, so what we're going to do... We're going to nip over here to the Army of Richmond. This is where we recruit our Marylanders. You'll see that I have actually recruited some more guys. So let's put another division in. Another brigade in, I beg your pardon. Maryland, just recruit, that's fine. Once they've formed up, we'll be able to change commanders. We'll be able to change weapons and all the rest of that. I'm not going to put them under a division because these guys are ready to march out to help. There's no point dispatching them out west because that is a long, long way to go. But I could send them. I could send this division to the Army of the Tennessee. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, let's transfer some troops west. Is it? It's not under. I can't send them straight to the Western Department. And we want... Where's Johnson? Where is Johnson? Not that Johnson. There's another Johnson. Not that one. This guy. Okay. So he's waiting for some guys. Let's send Lovell's division over there. And he can give them to Hardy or wherever's needed. Right. Now, meanwhile, we did see... we could actually... Yeah, come on. We'll put them in here. I saw some Delaware guys, didn't I? Let's get the Delaware artillery up. Ooh, I could almost form an infantry brigade with that. But look at this. This is also important to note. The support. That effectively is their morale when they're not fighting in their home state. So it's a bit weird that they're volunteering, but if they don't fight in Delaware, they'll be really upset. But well, I think that's the game mechanic. It's how the game was when it came out. So if we recruit them as artillery, though, I don't think that's such a big risk. So let's put 3 artillery battalions in there. Of 240. They'll just give them the default weapons to start with, which is fine. I'm not sure this is what they planned for when they volunteered, but, you know, we need artillery. All right, so what can we do? Oh, God, I see what's coming straight at Bragg. Well, Bragg is ready for them with his 13,000 men. Van Dorn's pulled back, so we're facing now the 2nd Corps army of 28,000 men, which Hardy could see off. That's good news. We just need to get Van Dorn to improve his situation, and we're good there. Oh, God, there's a Union invasion of Arkansas going on again. And we've got to fight. Oh, this is not what I expected. The 3rd Corps, Army of the Potomac. Wow. Okay, let's fight. This is going to be a big one. Okay, well, the fighting seems to have opened up on this side. Are we talking about enemy artillery in the woods? Or are we talking about our guys? As you can see, we've built a defensive line of entrenchments and breastworks right along the road. Got our crack troops under Frangus, Thomas, and Lillebach supporting it. And then we've got more reserves off to the side. But we can't see shit. But the artillery can, apparently. So I'm going to send some of these other dudes forward with skirmishers and see if we can spot the enemy, because there's Yorkie's brigade. Let's put yours brigade out. I see that some of these guys still have, like, terrible old-fashioned weapons and stuff. Put on 2 times speed. I don't know what's shooting at what, because I can't... Oh, hang on. We've seen them. We've seen them. They're coming down the main road there. There we go. Our artillery is in a very strong position behind. I'm not sure how these guys can see from there, to be quite honest, because there seems to be a rise of a hill. I guess howitzers could shoot over the top, but, I mean, these are 12-pounder Napoleons. Anyway, if the Union want to come marching straight down that road, they are more than welcome to. We have all the artillery. We have flanking forces. Oh, we have something coming up that road there. Excellent. Let's go and put archers' men. Make sure that we are blocking that. Let's get into position over there. And we have cavalry on this side, which we are going to deploy. Dismount, loose order, move them to the front. I'm going to keep an eye on that. I think they're just marching across. Right, we've got some motion going. Oh, I've got a load of artillery deciding to very unwisely come and limber up over here. Well, we have Yorkie's men with the excellent rifled muskets of the British Isles. Sorry, no, it's a Springfield. I thought it was an Enfield. Springfields. Also excellent. The enemy seems to have gone to ground. I think this is going to be a massive mistake by the enemy here. Or maybe not. We need more guys. Come on. We should be able to take those. Oh, we're armed with bloody muskets here. That's not good. Is it our... I think our artillery is shelling the trees. It looks like the skirmishers may be driven off because they are under artillery fire and have taken some casualties. It is a bit of a bold ask to ask a skirmish group to advance upon such a terrible amount of cannon like that. Maybe we deploy a whole brigade. Sorry, a whole division into their place. Meanwhile, we see more action going on over there. Not a whole lot to interest us at the moment. I was hoping there's going to be something coming just marching up this road. Alas, not yet. Okay, we have chased off the first one. The Yorkies have retreated. Let's put it on 5 times speed so we can get some motion going. Pickett's men are already out there. We could deploy more. We've got movement. Here they go. I mean, if the enemy do come in to attack this, it's madness. Because we outnumber them massively. We're in a much stronger position. They're all deploying off this side of the road. They don't fancy the chances, I think. The skirmishers might have to withdraw soon. The other ones have been chased off. Okay, fair enough. I wish they would just attack the centre. It's pretty much all we need them to do. I'm going to leave these guys over here. Hang on, we're missing a brigade, aren't we? Oh no, there they are. We couldn't see them. Okay, so let me just see if they will then do something suicidal, like attackers like this. Let's wheel Yorkie's brigade actually into position and line to form up with the others. We're just in a good position just to hold this place now. I may redeploy some artillery. I think we've got some of Stuart's guns over here. Where's Stuart's cavalry? Is this it? This is it over here. Okay. So Stuart's cavalry, the guns over there are going to be useless. So we'll put them... Oh, they're going to take that road. That's annoying. That's really annoying. Okay, I'm going to deploy the ones on the road and see if they can do some work there. Meanwhile, I think we'll just let the guns go at it, because the enemy seem to be deploying for a fight. And we'll bring up the cavalry on this flank and deploy them in the woods under Brigadier General Joseph Wheeler. This, however, is bad news for the Yankees, because we've just had Some major reinforcements turn up. Yep. This could be the greatest flanking march in history. I mean, Jackson's turned up without any troops, so there is that. It looks like there's nothing going on over there, so we're going to redeploy. And we're going to bring some brigades around this flank. I don't see any mischief being made down here, which means that we could probably deploy the cavalry as well and get some scouting going on. The cavalry coming up through the centre, if they wish to come straight at the artillery, they can be my guest. Looks like we've blown the shit out of this house. Are we taking casualties over here? We are indeed. What we need. Alright, so they're going to engage here, that's fine. William Wickham. Colonel Phil McCracken. Charge! Jimmy Clownshoes, advance. Advance, guys. Oh, we've caught this artillery battery out in the open. Charge! Go on, McCrackens. You've got this. I have faith in you. Let's go to 2 times speed. That is a lot of artillery out there. So the McCrackens are in. We haven't fully been able to ascertain how well melee works in this game. It seems very, very dodgy, if you ask me. Okay, the enemy have just closed. Wow, that's just a general attack right on there. I would say we order the Texas Brigade forward. If we can find the damn Texas Brigade. Where's the Texas Brigade? Where's your commander? It's there. I mean, the artillery's going to get shredded over there. I think this is... Yeah, we're seeing nothing down there. Okay, let's go with these chaps. And we want to be coming in at this angle, I would say. And oh, there's more Union troops in the woods down there. Right, interesting. Let's get across there. And let's get some vision out as well. Let's get the cavalry over. There's more than we thought in this fight. So, the McCrackens. I hate to say this, Phil, but that's not how cavalry's supposed to work. They charged into an artillery battery, they made it in, and then they've been chased off. Strange. Okay, dismount, loose order. We'll do it this way. We actually have the guns for this trick, so this is fine. Go on, Yorkies. Slay the beasts. Okay, we're good. We're in good position here. Now, guys, Frangus's men taking a bit of a beating there. I'm going to have John B. Hood in reserve. No. 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 Bad Hood. There we go. He's going to be at that fence line. I wonder if Frangus's guys are just a little bit worried because their flank's open. That could well be the problem there. Right, send forward the clown shoes. And why are you refusing to obey orders? The McCrackens have pulled back. I would say let's get some action in here. We're going to advance against the enemy batteries. Ooh, okay, that's not good. Okay, we just stand our ground there and prepare. These troops under Wickham, for some reason, I mean, they're trained, they're regulars, and they're well rested. But for some reason, oh, there's routed units nearby. It's because of Phil's. I'm going to see what the battle report says about that afterwards. Yeah, Frangus's men have decided to hot-foot it out of there as well. That was unexpected. We'll have to send Hood's boys in. There they go. Frangus's men heading for the rear. Unexpected result, that, by the way. Several unexpected results so far. This artillery is also, despite having barely been engaged, also looking like it wants to flee. And we'll send some chaps in here. Okay, so Lilybacks should be doing quite well. Pickett's brigade, I'm going to move over and actually engage the enemy over there. Julian's brigade, let's get them in. Let's make sure we are slaying the enemy here. Oh, no, not charge. No, just shoot. We're playing shooty, not chargy. That was maybe a bold move. Who is this fleeing? It's the McCrackens. They're going for safer ground. Okay, this looks good. Colonel Thomas's men facing off against cavalry. Hood's men are in position, unfortunately, with their smoothbore muskets. There's not a lot they can do with them. Oh, we need to go and we need to advance here. Advance and engage the enemy. We need to go forward. Basically with everyone if we can. Back here, there's not a lot going on back here. Let's get into these woods. And let's bring the cavalry around because there might be an opportunity to catch some of these fleeing units at the back. We need to try and convert this victory into a major victory. We've got more guys fleeing. We've got... Oh, the Tigers. Okay, they're never very strong at the best of times. Look at the amount of flipping artillery we have to face over here. Let's send in the clown shoes and show them how it's done. Yeah, go face that way. Oof, I don't like the idea of having to face such an immense amount of artillery, but we are going forwards now. Meanwhile, let's not forget about our good old friend Mr. Jackson. Where is he? Has he redeployed over here? Okay, so his guys are coming on. I don't think we'll actually get them into the battle, but we're going to deploy them up there. And there should be more than that. Oh, we've got another lot. Yorkie's brigade heading for the rear. Okay, let's send more guys in, because I sense we can actually rout these guys now. If we can get people involved, that is. Aim at that artillery over there. We'll chase that one off first. You're going to come round and you're actually going to flank that unit. We've got 2 brigades going through the woods. It's a scrappy fight. Poor old Hood's men. I mean, I can order them to lie down, but other than that, they're going to have to come charging out of their defences to engage the enemy here. And the enemy are winded, so part of me is tempted to issue that order. They've broken. Excellent. Advance. Oh, hang on. Pickett's men's got an upgrade. Let's give them the volley fire. The ranged shock unit. Or the sharpshooters. Accuracy increases. I'll give them the ranged shock unit. Alright, it seems that any attempt here to attack the enemy artillery line is just ending in utter disaster. I'll try and send in more skirmishers. Skirmish cavalry to try and do it. This is another one of my brigades fleeing. It is a fairly strong enemy artillery position, to be fair. Claiborne's brigade is involved. Right, this looks like a proper fight on this side, which is what we wanted. The cavalry's in position over there. Is there any chance that we can actually block this line over here? Let's come in. I'll have no hesitation about ordering this cavalry to charge in if we find a suitable target. Come on, up the clown shoes. The enemy is retreating. Excellent. Do I order the charge? We order the charge. Not only that, I mean, I've got some cavalry back here, which is kind of crazy, but we're going to order the charge all the same. Which is coming back from a long way back. I honestly don't think this is going to actually get in, obviously. But it's going to be hilarious if it does. This is when Hood's men just come charging out of the trenches, and in they go. We've got 12 minutes to cause as much chaos as possible. The Stonewall Brigade needs to get involved, I think. Bartos, you've got muskets. Yeah, send them in. What are the possibilities of actually catching some of these guys? There's Hood's men going in the military formation known as the Mob. Thomas's brigade doing some nice work over there. We did order Julian's brigade in. Mount up. Everyone mount up now, because it is time to go in. Against all my better judgment, because this just seems to result in lots of unnecessary casualties all the time. We can't actually charge the enemy officers, which is a shame. We can go in against these regiments. Unfortunately, those guys aren't retreating, so how that's going to work out, we don't actually know. Claiborne's men have stopped. Hood's men will go in again. We can order these in. I don't think we're going to get anyone in, this is the thing, but Julian's men is going to hit the artillery, so that's something. Looks like we've hit some artillery there. Okay, we have all of 3 minutes for this to actually take effect. We got some cavalry in. Yeah, at this point the battle is about to end. I'm just a spectator now. There's no point ordering anything else. It's just curious to see what happens. What does that say? Gresham withdrawn. Oh, I think that's one of the Union units. I don't think we'll get in there, but we'll try it. Don't think Julian's men can get any further. No, we're done. So it was very scrappy. We did inflict more losses than we took, but it wasn't the overwhelming victory that I was expecting there. Okay, we got some bad news on this one. Colonel Yorkie loses face. There's a Major Gardner as well. I don't think that's one of ours, though. Yeah, okay, so poor old Colonel Yorkie. That's not good news for the Yorkies over there. As you're a Yorkshireman, we'll forgive you for that one. So, what's happened there? The enemy came... oh, it's this force? How did the 3rd Corps get across the river down there? They're trapped on the wrong side of the river. They must have made some naval landing down there. Okay, so, let's take a little look. We need to actually reorganize these guys, because I didn't realize this, but there's a lot of people in here with terrible weapons still. So, like the... that's a Springfield, that's okay. Yeah, you guys are all equipped, that's fine. Jimmy Clown Shoes doing some good work there, I thought. And it looks, I think stats are increasing here. Okay, you guys. Wow, Colonel Lilyback, look at that. Leadership is fantastic. Not very famous yet, despite doing some good work. That's a shame. Jimmy Clown Shoes. See, the generals are improving in quality, which is I really like. Wickham did well. Not quite sure what happened with the McCrackens there. They had a bit of a shock. It's a shame. Who else have we got in here? We've got a quality commander there. Nicholas Gilles. Look at the administration. Oh, now that demands a promotion at some point. I would say. I mean, look, they're ready to be promoted. Despite the fact it says unknown. If I say this, does it say they're not ready? I bet it says they're not ready. He's fine. He's actually fine. So I could promote him. I think with the administration level of that, he'd make a great division commander. Freeing up Longstreet for something else. When we make our corps, I think that's going to be... I think that's what's going to happen there. Anyway, AP Hill. Oof, we've got some good commanders. I'm supposed to be looking at units. Never mind the commanders. We will find them. We need to get rid of the smoothbore stuff. Derringer rifle muskets. I don't think they're very good, are they? What have we got in stock? We've got a load of Enfields. Let's definitely give you guys a load of Enfields, because that'll also allow reinforcements to come through as well. So we're good there. Ewell, Julian, the Tigers. The Tigers are so weak. I'm going to transfer them back to the army at Richmond because that's not good. The Department of Richmond under Lee. They're just too weak. They're just far too weak to actually be useful there. So that's fine. We might have the same situation with Pan. Actually, we do. We have another situation here. I don't think there's anyone I can just combine into that army. I need some more Virginians from somewhere. Under Colonel Pangaunt. Yeah, let's transfer. What about the whole division? Yeah, we'll transfer Pangaunt out there, I think. And they'll come back to A division. Yeah, men with 600 men in a brigade is not useful, so not to us, unfortunately. Sharps carbines. It looks like we've got the people... Oh, God, we need reinforcements there. That's terrible. The artillery's all right. Oh, no. 6-pounder field guns? Oh, these are Marylanders. Yeah, they need more bloody men as well. Okay, well, it is what it is. I'm getting to the Yorkies, don't worry. Are these Maryland and Virginia? I don't suppose I could drop those onto there, could I? No, I couldn't. But having them in the cavalry is not useful, so I'm going to drop them into the artillery division for now. Right, Pickett's men. I thought there would be. We've got more of these Derringer rifles here. And Yorkie's men, at least they have some good stuff. It's a shame, but Colonel Yorkie is now defamed. Don't worry, he will be able to work that off. I'll make sure of it. Right, okay, so I swear... Have we haven't got enough weapons to change? What have we got here? Have we got anything? I can put in... I don't want to put the plains rifles in. I mean, these are old. We've got Enfields. I'll put Enfields in. It's the last of the Enfields by the looks of it. Pretty sure there's somebody else. It's a good job we have lots of Enfields. Hood's men. We're fighting with smoothbore muskets. Come on, there must be something we can put in there. Weapons in stock. What have we got? We've got regular muskets. We could give these Derringer rifles. I suppose they're better. That's pretty much all they've got options of at the moment. Oh. There is enough. There's just enough. Okay. That's that. So, a small fight there, which unfortunately drops our readiness back down a bit. These guys are trying to come in. I wonder if they're going to come in for another battle. But they were doing some sort of amphibious invasion, which obviously didn't work in their advantage. We've got something going on over here. Oh, God, this looks bad. 21,000 men. Right, Floyd's got to retreat. There's no option for that one. We've got to retreat. Defeat at Lynchburg. We've got to pull them back, though, before something terrible happens. That means Lee's... Oh, I need to bring Lee's army over. That's the flank of Richmond at risk there. We've got another fight about to kick off here as the 1st Corps comes steaming down the road with 20,000 men against Grant's Department of East Tennessee that are at least well rested. Are they in offensive stance? Put them in defensive stance and let the enemy attack me. Also, let's put scouts out as well. Well, we're in entrenchments at least. Hardy's trying to get sorted out. I'm going to put these guys in scout because I think it just increases their awareness of the nearby area. So, Western Department. At least something under McCulloch's gone right. I'm sure I saw some units sneaking around over there. Do we go on the offensive? Do you know what? I think we do. We're going up to Columbus. We have to sort this out. If only we could, like, find a way of drawing Union troops away from somewhere. At this point, it's all I can do, unfortunately, to try and get bloody armies on the move. I feel like I'm not allowed to move, which sucks. I want to bring Magruder's guys down, but that's going to mean abandoning the fort construction. And we have a fort construction. We have a fort at Richmond, which is good. So we should probably try and put some permanent force into there, which would hold the place. Department of East Tennessee preparing siege. That's actually us down here. Okay, we're going to be on the defensive here. Let's fight it. Here we go then. The battle opens up as Union troops come down the road through Cumberland Gap again. Yeah, it's the same map. I've gone with exactly the same strategy. We've got some breastworks built. This is day 2 of the battle, by the way. Nothing happened, and overnight we managed to increase our defences for some artillery over there, although I'm not sure it's in a particularly useful spot. And tell you what, we'll get Chalmers Brigade. We may as well build some breastworks across here, because he's not doing anything else with his time. We'll give us some defences in case we need to. But we're not expecting to need them, so let's move it on 20 times speed and see if the enemy attack. Well, there's an enemy artillery battery turned up there. Alright, okay, so there's an... Oh, my word, here they come, here they come. What we're going to do is we're going to pull the cavalry back onto here a bit. We've got cavalry on this flank, which is great. We may... I think we're going to just straight away take Chalmers Brigade up here and use those to hold this flank with. Maybe some artillery up there might be a good move. Let's take Armstrong's battery and put them on top of the hill here and see if that helps. I expect them to come through the gap, not so much right over it. Oh, well, they are coming over it on both sides. Alright, I want them to hit me in the centre. The cavalry kind of wants just to pull back a little bit so we can get infantry involved here as well. Our guns will just have to do the best they can. I don't think these guys can actually see anyone from there, which is a major disadvantage. Come on, strategy game Mike. You should have some skirmishers out somewhere, I believe. Somewhere. Ah, there they are. There they are. So we've got skirmishers spotting. We just need to let the enemy come on at this point. Make sure the artillery is set to counter battery fire. Yeah, I don't think this is a great position for the artillery up here, but... Well, something moved, so maybe... Everywhere, counter battery fire. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. I just saw that blue surge come right on. So this is the opportunity, I'd say, to pull all the skirmishers back. Because with these guys, if I send them to fire and retire, which skirmishers should do, without us having to do any sort of, you know, silly shenanigans or anything like that, that's how skirmishers work. Bearbox skirmishers in the centre, hopefully able to do some work. Ghosty skirmishers dug in behind this bit of fence. Oh, what the hell? Really? What the hell? That's a thing? That force got all the way up there without being seen. Yeah, call them back. Bugle, call them back. This is not the time. Who are you from? Oh, I've split them up. Whoops. I did do that. I moved, which I left the Ghosties Rangers there with the better weapons now. But anyway, we did what we did because we thought that's what we needed to do at the time. It looks like we have a general engagement coming on. I will pull those... Oh, well, Mike's men are actually... Oh, no, they just took a massive volley from someone. Let's pull them back. What about... Yeah, you're not doing so good either. That's not your men. Oh! Oh, I moved them over there. Did I move them over there? Who are those from? Oh, you are from there. Okay. Pull back. Right, so we're going to need cavalry over here doing some skirmishizing to stop the guys being outflanked. That's going to be rough and ready over there. This is looking better on this side. The enemy is advancing into a pretty bad position, which is good. Cavalry on the flanks, extremely useful. And Chalmers Brigade, I think, coming up there to help, that did make a huge difference. We are in good cover, right? It says forest. We should be in breastworks. The problem is, the army orders, they should be under commander. They are set to use cover, but they do rotate in and out. They should just sit in the bloody breastworks. It kind of annoys me. Right, that's obviously we're gonna stop them there, so that's good. Can we get in a better position? And then we've got flanking cavalry on this side. Come on, Mike. You can do it. You are in breastwork. You are in good cover. The centre should hold Ghosty's men. But why aren't you in that protection after we went to the effort of building it for you? What I would like to do, I think, is bring those guys back over there now. And we just bring the cavalry in. Cavalry on the flanks is very effective. It's where skirmish cavalry can really make a difference. Like over here, this is working quite well. Let's bring them in. Mike's men are holding the line. The artillery, I'm not quite sure. The artillery can see through there. Okay, that's alright. We're holding the centre. Bearbox men are now in the breastworks. Good. Cavalry is in a position to drive these back. That's excellent. And we were just bringing these reserves over. Ghosty's men have pivoted to make use of their Whitworth rifles there. Good. Having cavalry on the flanks is doing some nice work for us on this side. Let's make sure that our guys can get involved here. Perfect. This is a textbook defensive fight, and the enemy are playing it in a very bad way. The enemy's going. Okay, that's great news. Let's make sure that we've got our orders. See if we can do a bit more damage as the enemy flee. Tempted to throw the cavalry in a mass charge. Let's mount up. Okay, let's just go 2 times speed for a moment. We need to have the enemy running before... Oh, these units are quite... That's not too small. We can throw these guys in. That would be effective, I think. But the enemy are running. Can we mount up? Charge. Mount up and charge. Oh, there's artillery which we can get at the back there. Just got to be very careful about throwing troops in. There's a whole load of stuff. I think we can charge that big block of men there. Oh, there's a fleeing regiment. Let's try and get the artillery if we can. Right. Oh, we're not going to get there. Yeah, we never actually get to do much. I mean, this is historically accurate because there are not many accounts of the enemy army leaving the battlefield and retreating and then being overrun by the victor's cavalry. It never seemed to happen. There was always a rear guard, or there was never enough organisation amongst the victor. Or at least, I should say, it happened very rarely. A good win, though. A nice victory, and General Sibley becomes a national hero. Of all the people. Look him up, guys. He actually did a Confederate invasion of New Mexico, which I think ended in disaster at the Battle of Glorieta Pass. I think, if you remember, he was. From the accounts I've read, he was more of a gung-ho type officer, but also he liked a bit of a drink. If I remember right, I might be wrong about that. Let me know in the comments if you know differently. It looks like we've got round 2 coming up here, as the Army of the Cumberland comes marching down. But Grant's men did a very good job there. Let's go and see if we've got any promotions to hand out. These commanders should be... I mean, Early's in... Whoop. Cancel. Where's Sibley? I mean, did he really become a national hero? He's become famous. Well, the cavalry did some very nice work on the flanks there. Yeah, both of them have done well. Fame, you see? Fame counts for a lot in this game. I just wish we could get reinforcements, because that's kind of what we're stuck with. The Enfield Musketoon. Do we have anything better than that? Because we did get a whole load of new cavalry weapons. We've got the Colt revolving rifle, which we don't care too much for. We've got the Burnside carbine. Do you know what? I think that's better. It's got a much better rate of fire. Yeah, let's equip them with the same weapon. And the Burnside carbine, where's it gone? It's nice having a brigade all equipped with the same weapon. Then over on this side, they've got Merrills and Smiths. Do you know what? I'll just leave them. It seemed to work absolutely fine. But the units, strategy game Mike, coming on very well there. Ghosties Rangers. Yep, doing some good work. The Alabama Militia. Everyone doing great work over there, so that's good news. And I'm guessing that the artillery is all reasonable, good quality stuff. There's 12-pounder Iron Napoleons. Do you know what? There's some better ones than that we have them in stock as well. So take that off, and weapons in stock. We can give these guys 12-pounders, which are just an upgrade. We can give them 14-pounder James rifles. 12-pounder howitzers are not so much. We should have some 24-pounder howitzers somewhere. Let's give them the 24-pounder howitzers. That's a nice upgrade right there. Okay, so we've had a couple of small victories. It's nothing outstanding at the moment. We have a threat to the flank of Richmond, which Lee doesn't have. Oh, actually, the Department of Richmond's got an upgrade here, so what can we give these guys? River Expert Scouts. This won't be Lee's army, by the way. So this is going to be the training army, or they sit around defending Richmond. Partisan brigades, land torpedo. What are land torpedo? Oh, that's for sieges? Is it? Let's have a look. Level up by skirmishing. It just increases skirmishing efficiency. The enemy movement speed within range is basically setting booby traps. A pontoon train, that can be useful. An ambulance corps. The foot cavalry increases marching speed. They're going to be sitting there. Flying column is always going to be good. That skilled cartographers isn't bad. Military information, that's intelligence gathering. Again, scouting, a balloon corps, field telegraph, or a siege train. Do you know what? I'm just going to go with good old flying column or ambulance corps. They're both hard to do. We'll go ambulance corps because they're going to be sitting there for the time being. I don't plan on moving that army very much. Alright, so the situation is, once again, we've advanced into Kentucky and stopped, because at that point our readiness is a huge issue, and it's going to take Hardy's men. How long is it going to take Hardy's men? 2 months to get ready for the next offensive. We are managing a possible offensive into western Kentucky here. You have to excuse me if I get my east and west mixed up. I do know which is which. It's just I often look at the map and just misread it. We've got the Missouri Army, which is almost ready to go into... Well, actually, what they have to do is chase these bloody Federals out of northern Arkansas, because that's a problem right there. That is a major problem. Oh, I'm wondering if I should bring this army down. There's nothing I can do. Well, actually, we can move. We're not on enemy territory. We can order these guys to move. So let's go and batter these out the way and see if we can get a general engagement brought on there. We're going to be chasing them around a bit. And Bragg's force. What's Bragg like, actually? I looked up all these guys. I didn't look up Bragg. Very famous. Still not very cunning. Still not a great leader.